live in Berkeley.
I was living in paradise. In paradise or something.
Who's there now?
Oh, you think you're going to be Italian restaurant? Yeah. Comodo. Sorry, that's the Japanese one. Right next to us.
Christian?
Sir.
We moved the piano in the stand room, so you might.
Okay, yeah.
And I didn't need that.
Well, I'm not seeing too long with this glasses. There's a new description. So, whoa,
I don't.
Hey, piano man.
Hey, young man.
Hey, you're gonna love that piano.
I'm gonna love the piano. Is that what you said? Yeah, it's a very nice one.
It's a Frankenstein. What do you call that?
Bosendorf.
It is so sweet. You're gonna play it. You're gonna want to take it home.
I saw you playing a little bit yesterday too, right? Is it your piano?
I played for the Army.
Oh yeah.
People have been lucky. President Johnson.
You're saying, were you in the service and you played while you were there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And they had a piano on site?
I won't say they forced me into it, but they went. I said, I'm going for tanks in Fort Knox, and they went, oh no, we've heard you were a musician in Detroit. You can't do that.
Special privileges.
Oh my God! And they sent me to the National Military School of Music. It was in Washington D.C.
Is that where the president?
What's a young guy going for? He sent me to the Pentagon to get special shoes and
Well, that's really exciting. You shook the hand of the president of the time.
no, Kennedy, we had the Navy band had to play for him. So, and I was the new man, so I had to sit there. He came by. Instead of being a piano player, bass, drum, and cymbals. And how to read the scales of all the other instruments. Harmony classes, instrument classes. But you know, you would have loved it. The city was big. Room like this. And here you got guys who are from Eastman School of Music, Juilliard. They're all top musicians that have been cut to. They hear them practice.
So I want to do something.
What am I doing here?
Because Kennedy needed the best of the. That's super exciting. Do you know if that still goes on today?
I don't. They moved from Washington, D.C. to Richmond, Virginia. That's what they established the National School of Music. They switched. But it was nice there because they had the air base there, Navy destroyers. You got these young guys with them around. The Italian Army food sucks. If you come with us, we'll go to the destroyer and get real Navy food. And I did. They were great. Navy chefs. Little did I know about a bullseye. Steinway, chicken, Steinway, three pianos.
How long did you have studied?
2 years ago. And I wanted to extend, this is the time Vietnam was going to go. Here's weird. They won't send you for a musician. You needed more bands.
Bands that play at home
Yeah.
to keep the morale.
They had a band they sent to Vietnam. They play there. Around Vietnam. Those are times when from across the street, I go walking fast.
Glad you didn't have to go.
It would have been fun dodging bullets, right? Oh my God.
I'm not too worried about it.
Sunday, I asked him over he came and played just before the play this song. Seriously.
Like a kid.
Yeah.
I just
It's Christian, the customer.
yeah.
Welcome to Rehearsal. This is the third week of me being on tour in Spain. I'll be back next Monday. And we have the pleasure of extending our relationships with more conductors and choir directors in the area, specifically to welcome Ash Walker. If you read chorus notes and you went deeper and clicked over to Ash's biography, you'll see that he's currently the choir director for the Oakland Symphony. He hails from Pennsylvania, sort of central eastern Pennsylvania, around the Lancaster area, where, among other things, he founded an all mission community chorus. He came to Cal State East Bay for a master's in choir directing.
Choral conducting.
Choral conducting, pardon me. But it's a treat to have him here. And if the gaps don't fill in, feel free to come in closer. I'm sure that'll help the sound. But we'll turn the rehearsal over to Ash. Thanks for being here.
All right, thank you. Yes. Testing, testing. See if you can all. It might take a while. Oh, there I am. Hello, hello. First of all, thank you so much for welcoming me. Thank you for welcoming me to this beautiful rehearsal space. I have been somewhat of a BCCO fan for about 8 years now, just silently watching you build and grow in the background. And I can just say your work is tremendous in this community, and I'm grateful for this invitation. It's also good to see so many singers that I've either worked with before or who are currently in Oakland Symphony or were at one point. So I feel like I'm just at a big family reunion right now with like new cousins and aunties and uncles. So thank you for having me. Could you please stand, please? Sopranos, raise your hands. Okay, try to fill a little more towards the front if possible, just for balance. And then your sopranos as well right here, right? Oh, tenors here. Tenors are here. Okay, maybe a little, so does the tenor line start there, basically?
No.
It can come more forward if possible. Yeah, come more forward if you can, and then basses are there. Okay, and then altos, you spill kind of this way, is that correct? Okay, cool. And I don't think there's much divisi in the music except for a little section in the In Paradisum with the tenor part, which I may have some altos join, but we should be fine in this way. Before we start, I always like to start rehearsal with just saying hello to our neighbors and our friends. So say hello to your neighbor, to your friend. Ask how their week was. Ask what they've been doing. Check in on them. Be kind. Okay, and back to me. Face me, G natural. Mezzo piano, not too loud. Keep that going. Take a breath when you need to, but keep that pitch stable. Keep that G natural nice and in tune. This is a great time now to check two things while you sing. Are you the equal volume as your neighbor? We always want to listen louder than we sing. And is your vowel in tune? Stop singing for a second. Take your hand like this. Pretend it's a cup or a soda bottle. Put a straw in the soda bottle. Take a sip, please. Keep a big sip, yeah. Keep that shape and sing the oo again. Give us a G and. Nice and tight. Remember, not too loud. You can get more volume just by how dark the shape is versus the pressure. Up a half step. Play with us. Yeah, if this is the pitch, you want to kind of be singing top center, I always say. So play that A flat again. If I hear that pitch, I'm thinking, ooh, like it almost wants to go sharp. Almost wants to, and that keeps us in tune. Take a fuller breath. Show me your good posture. What's that good BCCO posture when you sing? Raise that chest just a little more. I tell my singers when you sing, have your chin and head at what's called a 110-degree angle. So 90 would just be straight this way. Raise it slightly, just like that. Yeah, that opens up all of this here. That A flat on oo. Up a half step. From that pitch, ya, 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 and ya, 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 ya. Take your two fingers like this, put them under your earlobes, kind of where your earlobes meet your chin right there. Say ya. Ya. What do you feel when you do that? Probably some kind of, space or an opening. Aim for that. When you say ya, you really want to feel space here so your jaw is really dropped and we get a purer sound. Keep your fingers there. Make sure that jaw is dropped, ya, and also make sure the tongue is low. We don't want any tongue tension getting in the way of our singing. That pitch level, ya, 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 and ya, 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 ya. Ya, 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 ya. Good. Ya, ya, ya. Change to yo. Yo, 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 yo. One more. Yo, 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 yo. Everyone go. 5 in a row. Sound like birds at Oakland Zoo. I love it. If you're ever running late to rehearsal and need to warm up, do that in your car about 5 or 6 times. It's the quickest way to warm up the extreme ranges of your voice while using the least amount of pressure on your voice. Just a quick really helpful. Okay? C major, please. Mi no mi no mi no mi no mi. And mi no mi no mi no mi no mi. So let's try and be together. I know we're so spread out right now. Try to be right with me. It doesn't have to be loud, not me, no, me, no, me. Think more energy in the mouth, in the articulators, less from the vocal folds. Me, no, me, no, me, no, me, no, me is a great volume. That pitch right there. 1 and 2 and together, go. Me, no, me, no, me, no, me, no, me, and up. Me, no, me, no, me, no, me, no, me, and up. Stand up straight, and up. Me, no, me, no, me, no, me, money ma, money, 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 money ma. Some more. Money, 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 money ma, money, 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 money ma. Drop that jaw. Keep that going. Next sound. Sopranos, the major third. A little higher. Just the third, don't go to the fifth. Tenors, the high fifth. Bass twos, drop down an octave. Alto ones, drop down to the fifth. On that, ma, me, mi, mo, mu. Ma, me, mi, mo, that first ma again. Yeah, don't slide, not ma. Think about like a hot air balloon landing on the pitch. Ma. Give us that chord again if you can. Right there, ma, me, mi, mo, mu. Good breath. Ma, me, mi. Beautiful soprano. Staccato. Ma, me, mi, mo, mu. Legato. Ma, me, mi, mo. All the way down. Stretch up to the sky, please. Try and touch the ceiling. It's not too far. And fall to thy toes as you're able, but be careful of the pews. Stretch out that back, the back of the legs. Come up to good posture. Make sure the knees are not locked, but kind of bouncy. Nice straight back, nice raised chest. 110-degree angle right here. Turn to a neighbor, say, you have lovely posture. E flat, please. Ha, 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 ho, 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 he. So we're using those intercostal muscles. 4 ha's, 4 ho's, and then arpeggio he. Ha, 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 ho, 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 he, and ha, 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 ho, 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 he, and put your hands here, and everyone say ha. Nice drop jaw. Say ho. We can still keep the jaw somewhat dropped for that. Just bring the lips in. Ho. Yeah, and then he. Yeah, not he, but more of a rounded he. That pitch level, please. Again, a little faster. Ha, 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 ho, 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 ho. 1 and 2 and 3 and go. Ha, 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 ho, 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 he, and don't slow down. And softer, but together. And one more. Good, go. Ooh. Now what I like to do is have my choirs run sometimes. I won't make you run laps because I like you and I want to be nice to you and you nice to me, but I will make you run in place. Could you run in place like this as you're able? Watch out for the pews, of course. Get that energy going. I'm already sweating. I'm already here for it. Get those arms into it. Faster, faster. Energy, energy. Stretch up again. Now keep the shoulders where they are, but bring the hands down. That's how we keep that nice raised chest there. Good. One more warm up and then I have a little surprise for you all. D major, please. Ya. I'll do it again. It's a major triad. 3 beats on the half step top and then down the triad. Ya. What am I doing on that top note, by the way? Kind of expanding, right? Like, crescendo, just letting the sound kind of develop there. And then for the accompaniment for this, I like to do this little lovely thing where I go, ya, just down to the flat 6 if you can, okay? Let's try that, please, on ya, with the drop jaw. 1 and ya. Crescendo. When you come down those notes, make them the same tempo as you want up. Yo. Just right down the line. That pitch level again. Good breath. Mezzo forte start. And yo. Like this. Pretend you're holding a ball, like a soccer ball or a basketball. Take a breath in, let the ball expand. Take a breath out, let the ball fall. Good. Try that again, but this time when we breathe in, we're going to go. You're going to raise the foot just a little bit, and when we breathe out, we're going to press the air out the ball like this. So you're going to squat a little bit. Keep the back straight. Yeah, exactly. Let that air rush like it's a soccer ball with a hole in it. And feel what happens here when you do that. Prepare yourselves for that. Breathe in. Raise the foot. Stamp and breathe out. That's all the air you got? Let's try that again. You don't have to rush it all out. Think more like it's a small hole the air is coming out. Try it again. Really press that ball when you do that. Breathe in. Raise a foot. Plant and breathe. Keep that going. Feel how strong your core is right now. Feel how strong the intercostal muscles are right now. Let it all out. That's the breath we need to train to take every time, especially in soft sections, like the first section you sing tutti in the Librame movement in the far end. That tremens, because it's so high for basses especially, you've got to have that strong core, okay? Try that again. We're going to go, ya, with that same idea. We take a breath, we stamp, and use that core right there. And watch me. I might hold the higher note a little longer just because I'm in a good mood. Ya, and ya, breathe in. Yo. Just by the increased focus here, okay? Let's make that be at least one thing we take from this rehearsal. When you take a breath, make sure these intercostal muscles are strong. Do we breathe from our diaphragm? Better question, have you been told before to breathe from your diaphragm? Oh, I bet you have. Technically, that's not possible. Why? The diaphragm is involuntary. It's kind of like a cup. It sits here. It's going to move on its own. What you can control is the intercostal muscles on the sides here and here. So when you take that breath, keep that strong. Keep that force there. It helps keep the pitch high if we can. Turn to a neighbor and say, "You're doing wonderful." I brought my friend. This is Gertrude. I went to Africa a few times, and in 2006, I went with my university, Millersville University in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and we all got to have drums made, and we learned African drum and dance, and I've been able to go back several times and help build choir programs in Ghana and South Africa. And one thing, especially with South African music, is choral music is so ingrained in the culture. You don't do this, where you just come to a rehearsal and sing once a week. You're singing in the streets. You're singing in school. You're singing with your families. When Nelson Mandela was running for president, they were singing about him in the streets, and that was a big campaign for him. I'll teach you a West African song today of welcome. Repeat after me. Funga. Funga. Alafia. Alafia. Funga. Alafia. Funga. Alafia. Listen again. Funga alafia. Funga alafia. Where are the accents when I say that? The la, right? And also that first fa of funga, right? Funga alafia. Funga alafia. Ashi ashe. Ashi ashe. Ashi ashe. Ashi ashe. Listen again. Ashi ashe. Ashi, ashe. Does it start on the beat, after the beat, or before the beat? Ashi, ashe. It's right on the beat, right? Funga, alafia, ashi, ashe. You go. Funga, alafia, ashi, ashe. Good. Funga, alafia, ashi, ashe. Funga, alafia, ashi, ashe. Good. Can I have an E natural, please? Listen to me sing it and you repeat. Funga alafia ashi ashe. Funga. Oh wait, no, I'm still singing. Funga alafia ashi ashe. Funga alafia ashi ashe. Funga alafia ashi ashe. Funga alafia ashi ashe. Good. Try and separate between funga and alafia. So funga, alafia, and then you can connect ashi, ashe. I'll sing again, then you repeat. Funga, alafia, ashi, ashe. Funga, alafia, ashi, ashe. Funga, alafia, ashi, ashe. Funga, alafia, ashi, ashe. letter E, then lay. Ile, ba. And then the same, ashi, ashe. It'll be ile, ba, ashi, ashe. You sing that. Ready? And ile, ba, ashi, ashe. Ile, ba, ashi, ashe. Ile, ba, ashi, ashe. So the first one kind of goes up, second one goes down. Both verses have the same notes, okay? I'll sing the funga verse and then you repeat. But, oh, by the way, no one in Africa sings like this. Funga alafia. I'm gonna teach a little dance. Can we dance a little? Is that okay? We need some, it's very simple. It's gonna be step to the right first, right, left, right, hit. And when you hit, you bring your fists together like that, okay? So it's funga alafia, then this way, ashi, ashe. Funga alafia, ashi, ashe. Pretty simple, right? Walk 3 steps, take a hit, walk 4, take a hit. You don't move until you sing. When I sing, you just stand there and watch and smile, and a little internal movement is okay. But then when you move, energy. Funga alafia, ashi, ashe. Full singing, full tone is fine. I'll start, then you come after me. Funga alafia, ashi, ashe. Funga alafia, ashi, ashe. You go. Funga alafia, ashi, ashe. Funga alafia, ashi, ashe. Ile, ba, ashi, ashe. Ile, ba, ashi, ashe. Ile, ba, ashi, ashe. Ile, ba, ashi, ashe. Yeah, that's the idea. And then once you start moving, you can keep on moving the whole song. Now, one more thing to teach. When we do the ile, ba, that part, my soprano ones and tenor ones, can you raise your hands? When we get to ile, instead of singing that text, just go, ile, ile. Don't make that weird breath sound between. You know what I mean, okay? And then altos, basses, and other singers, you'll do the words there. Ile, ba, ashi, ashe. Just on the ile verse, okay? Show me your move, just the move. 1, 2, ready, and step, 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 hit, step. Oh, you got good rhythm. Hit, step, 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 hit, step. Yes, I see you back there, my brother. Yeah, step, step, hit, step, step. There we go. Let's try it with the music. Don't start moving until you sing funga, okay? Funga alafia, ashi, ashe. Funga alafia, ashi, ashe. Funga alafia, ashi, ashe. Funga alafia, ashi, ashe. Ile, ba, ashi, ashe. Ile, ba, ashi, ashe. Ile, ba, ashi, ashe. Ile, ba, again, ile. Ile, ba, ashi, ashe. Ile, ba, ashi, ashe. Funga alafia, ashi, ashe. Funga alafia, ashi, ashe. Funga alafia. A little more sound. Funga alafia, ashi, ashe. Ile, ba, ashi, ashe. Ile, ba, ashi, ashe. Ile, ba, ashi, ashe. Ile, ba, ashi, ile. Ile, ba, ashi, ashe. Ile, ba, ashi. Repeat after me. Funga. Alafia. Ashi, ashe. That means we welcome you with our hearts. We welcome you to our community. Turn to your neighbor and say, welcome. Have a seat, please, and take out the Fare Librame. Something completely different now. Let me ask you a question. Now that you've done some African singing and dancing, do you feel more energized and ready to sing? I did a master's thesis on this. It's on my website, The Active Choir, where I would go to rehearsals around the California area, hear how they sound on a piece of music. We took 10 minutes and did some African drum and dance or singing, and immediately the entire room changed. The vibe changed, the intonation changed, the diction, the breathing. So I hope you can incorporate these into future rehearsals. If you're interested in more of these activities, I'll send my link to Ming, which has a bunch of African songs and steps and how to incorporate those things. We're at the Librame movement, please. Librame movement. I think I have the same score as you. It's page 27, I believe. Okay, cool. I want to just read through this if we can the first time, and then we'll go back and correct some things and whatnot. But as I understand it, you haven't done this piece yet this season. You're being introduced to it. How many have sung the Fire Requiem before? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so many have sung this before. I'll give you some macro notes today as we do this on how I would shape it. But for now, let's just go through it. I'll sing the beginning baritone solo, and then we'll all come in at measure 37. Liberame Domine de morte eterna, in die illa tremenda, in die quando cieli movendi sunt, quando cieli movendi sunt, et terra dum veneris judicare seculum per coming now, pianissimo and dies illa, dies ire, calamitatis et miseriae. Dies illa, dies mana, et amara, amara valdes. Requiem eterna, dona eis Domine, et lux perpetua, lucea Deis, lucea Dei. Could you stand? Let's all sing this section. And liberame Domine, de morte slow. Back away. And quando c'è di movendi sunt, quando c'è di movendi sunt, et terra dum veneris judicare seculum libera me Domine de morte eterna, libera me Not bad at all. Have a seat, please. Let's talk about this movement a little bit. You know, one thing I really like about Fauré's Requiem is it's not all doomfire and oh my gosh, it's so scary, whatnot. Like, this is kind of the only section really that gets dark, if you will. And when we rehearse the In Paradisum later tonight, you'll see that it really has kind of a more human-like ending. We typically call the Brahms Requiem the human Requiem just because of how it's written, but in my opinion, this has more human quality to it as well. Quick story for you all, I actually sang this for my brother's funeral. This whole Requiem, it was kind of the music for that Mass. And it was a very dark time, you know, obviously because of the loss of my younger brother, but I remember singing the next movement, which we'll do later tonight, the In Paradisum, and it just made sense. It was like, I don't have to have so much fear and worry for him anymore because in my view, in my belief, in my faith, he's going into paradise. And the music really helped me almost like in a therapeutic way. And so that's why to me this is such a human experience, this Requiem is. And with that being said, I just want to talk about how we can shape the character of this movement so that we can sound more unified, but also sound more, in a sense, human. Go back, if you can, please, to measure 37, where you enter with the tremens there. I don't say tre, everyone say tre. I like more like a flip TD. Tre, say tre. Yeah, and now Ming might change that, but just for my sake, I say do tremens, factus sum ego, et time ordum, and then so forth from there. Let's just practice this one if we can. Sing this section here, the tremens, but could you sing it on ta? Every word. It'll be ta, 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 ta. Just sing it all on ta, if you can. Here's your first notes. Just play parts if you can with us. On ta, everyone, 37. Ready? And ta. Crescendo. Everyone say the word ta. Is the T quick or slow? Is it a quick consonant or a slow consonant? Very quick, right? You can activate it right away. Treat the words and the notes in this section like this. Not so slidey. It's still connected. It's still legato. But think of it more if I'm singing the bass part. Tremens ego. I'm being very exact about the rhythm, very exact about where the notes start in aligning to the beat, but still keeping the text paramount. And that's what makes this section really glisten, is if we can activate all that text right on the beat, as it says there. Sing it again, please, on ta, but sing it staccato. It'll be ta, 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 just all staccato. Play parts with us. 1 and 2 and T and 4. Ta, 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 crescendo, ta, 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 ta. Yeah, not bad at all. Let's try that again. Really line up a little more, and we can read the dynamics as well. What dynamic do we start with this? Pianissimo. It gets all the way to what at 46? Forte, and then it gets all the way back to where at 51? Sing it that way, on the taws again. Okay, sit up straight. 3 and 4. Ta, 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 crescendo, ta, 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 good sopranos, ta, ta, okay, crescendo, ta, 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 not bad. Can I hear just the altos and tenors, please? Just the altos and tenors. Sing it on tall, but go back to full tone. So, ta, 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 ta. Just checking notes in these parts. Play with us, nice and loud. Alto start. Ready, and ta, 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 ta. Still loud, now get softer. Yeah, altos, you can do more with that crescendo, I think. You can get a little louder for sure. Let it rip for sure. Let me hear sopranos and basses, please. Same thing on ta. Make sure we're lining those T's up. We don't want any loose consonants or loose diction, please. Sopranos and basses, 3 and 4. Ta, ta, ta. Nice. And you'll see in measure 48, sopranos and basses, you all breathe together there. I would strike the dot on that dotted half note in that measure, make that a quarter rest, and that becomes your breath then, basically. Altos and tenors, you don't breathe there, so just carry that over so we don't hear too much silence, please. Now, could you stand, and let's sing this section again, please, on text, but the same quickness we had with the ta, ta, ta. Treat the diction that way. Tremens. Get those words out of the way. Get those consonants out of the way. Get right to the vowel, if we can. Does that make sense? Let's try that with accompaniment. And 3 and 4. Tremens factus sum grow together. Yeah, so this is always an interesting kind of entrance. You'll see in the accompaniment in 52, the accompaniment has 2 triplets there. Ba, 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 ba. Those are really in the old tempo, and then you kind of continue in 53 in this new tempo. So it kind of feels like dee, Ba, 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 ba. I would circle that just because that can be kind of a hard entrance. I'm sure Maestro Luke will give you the cue for that. But just be mindful that the first two notes in that triplet are technically in a slower tempo. Can we start at the dies illa section, please? What's your dynamic here? What is it? T. You can use full, tone here. Matter of fact, sing this section on bo. We're gonna go bo, 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 bo. Just the whole thing on bo. Here's your first notes. Right there. Excuse me. And one and go. Bo, 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 off. Bo, 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 Now, sing this again, please. Let's observe the commas a little more. So right at 54, we have bo, 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 off. Bo, 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 off. Let's cut off together if we can on those spots. Also, everyone say the word dies illa. Dies illa. Dies ire. Dies ire. Where are the emphasis when we say that? Sing it that way. Bo, 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 aiming for those kind of pentameter accents. Right there, 54 on bo, and 3 and 4. Bo, 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 off. Bo, 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 crescendo into it. Bo, 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 Good, good. Now, we did the first section on what? What sound? Ta, right? That tremen section. Write the word ta above that section. If you just write T-A-H. When did we go to bo? The dies area. Could you write the word bo over there? The reason why I'm having you write these in is because I want your timbre to remain in those shapes as you form the words. So when we're singing dies ire, dies illa, you have this bowl shape in the mouth. Not dies ille, but very forward. Dies ille, bo, bo, bo. I form the words in that bowl shape. Same thing before that in the tremen section. I'm forming everything in the ta shape. Tremens. That keeps it airy and light, and then we get those different characters in it. Does that make sense to everyone? Could we try those two sections, please? From 36, the tremens. And on text this time, how about start 2 measures before, give us a little bit of a, or right at the a tempo if we can, maybe 4 measures before. When we get to tremens, think of everything being in that high space. Take your hand like this for a second, put an apple in it. Say hi to your apple. Hi, apple. Hi. Take a bite of the apple. Feel how your back teeth separate when you do that. Keep that shape when you sing ta. Call bite the apple shape for a lighter sound quality. And then bo bo, we get more to that darker quality. Here's 4 measures before 37. Dun, dun, and, taking those core breaths. And tre. Tremens, tremens, beautiful. A little more soprano, alto. 1 and 2. Ba, 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 ba. Do, D, S, C. Darker. D, S, C. Crescendo, S, E. D, S, C. Requiem aeternam, dona eis homines. Hey, real quick, that is not a bad transition from the forte to piano in that section there. Bravo. I think it can be more drastic. You can have more of a crescendo getting up to measure 77, and then you get to have a B natural. Domine et lux per. It has to be not just a dynamic change, but we go from marcato to legato right away. Right there, middle of measure 77. See where I'm at?
Yep.
Okay. Go back, please, to measure 70. Wonderful sound. Try your best to look up. I know we're still reading, but try to feel the tempo from here a little more in that pulse if you can. Measure 70. On text, still in that ball shape though. Re, and 3 and 4. Requiem aeternam. Grow. Dona e grow. Domis. Keep the ball shape here. Li. Liberam me Domine, temporte aeternam. In die illa tremens. Don't get too loud there. In die crescendo. Back away. Quando cieli movendi sunt, quando cieli movendi sunt, et terra dum veneris judicare seculum Libera me, Domine, de morte eterna. Libera me, Domine. Let's just tune those chords. Could you start the libera, measure 131, play with us? Just sing libera and then hold me. And libera me, tenor 2, tenor 1, alto, soprano, bass 1. Play the bass 2 note. Yeah, that's the note we really has to come out, that G sharp there. So everyone be true pianissimo there. Bass 2s, up that G sharp to piano if you can. Oh, sorry. F sharp, my bad, bad eyes, yeah. F sharp there, up that a little bit more if you can, just in dynamic level. Start and measure 124. 124, and libera me, Domine. Match that phrasing. De morte eterna, libera me, Domine. who's on the third on that last chord? Just the tenor 2, really? And then tenor 1's on the 5th there. So you can be a little softer. It'll be implied just by the accompaniment anyway. Bravo, gorgeous singing. Put that away, please. Have a seat. Take out the sanctus from the Pauken Mass, please. Oops, clicked on the link and I don't know where am I? I have a slightly different, oh no, I have your score. I think it's page 60 in your score, page 60. And I actually want to work backwards in this a little bit. So could you go to, oh, where is that? Let's see. This is the Hosanna section, page 27. Well, the tenor sings, can I have a C major chord? Sorry, I'm on page 27, my bad. Oh no, I see it now. I'm using a different score, so my apologies. This is page 63, measure 27, I was referring to, yeah. Let's start a little bit before that if we can. How about measure 24 before that? You see that right there? That'll be a little slow. 3 and 1. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in excelsis, Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in excelsis, in excelsis, in excelsis, in excelsis, in excelsis. Sopranos, what's your last note for cease? Yeah, go to the C. Be careful, don't go to the E natural by accident there, okay? Everyone say the word in excelsis. In excelsis. In excelsis. In excelsis. So we're coming back on that last note, right? You know how a lot of songs, the last note's the singer? Not this one. It should be in excelsis, in excelsis. The cease comes back a lot there. Could you sing that, please, from same spot. I'll start the tenor solo there. And we can also shape those hosannas as well. Hosanna, Hosanna. Lots of this, lots of messa di voce painting. This is measure 24, bottom of page 62. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. Ready? Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in excelsis. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in excelsis. In excelsis. Come back. In excelsis. In excelsis. In excelsis. Yeah, come all the way down, soprano. Watch that last note there. Can I hear just the altos, tenors, and basses from measure 28, please? No soprano, just ATB. And 1. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in excelsis. Good. Sing it again. Hosanna. All the zas are forte, all the nas are piano. Same thing. And 3 and 1. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in excelsis. That's the idea. Are we the main part here? No, sopranos. We have to accompany them, so let's make sure we're not too much louder than them. I would say alto, tenor, bass, make your dynamic forte minus. So still strong, but not as strong as them. You're forte plus there. Can I hear sopranos? Same spot, measure 28. Lots of shaping. The zas are already high for you. Hosanna, Hosanna. Just coming back. Ready, and 1. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in excelsis. Yeah, let your voices be more flexible on the 16th and 8th notes. Hosanna in excelsis. Don't think so legato. I always tell my singers in those sections, don't sound like yogurt. Sound like frozen yogurt, if that makes sense. Okay? Try to make it a little more concise. Try it again, sopranos. And one. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in excelsis. Do it again on staccato. And one. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in excelsis. See how much faster it feels staccato? Keep it that same way, just make it legato. Na in excelsis. All parts there, please. How about 4 measures before? Stand up, please. Here's the tenor part before you come in. This is measure 24. And Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in excelsis. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in excelsis. Come back on the cease. In excelsis. In excelsis. In excelsis. In excelsis. Sing your last cease. Cease. Sing it at the right dynamic it should be. Cease. Even softer. Cease. Yes! That's what it should be, not cease. In excelsis. I don't even care if you separate between cell and cease to get that. I'd rather get that. Go back, please, to the pleni sunt celli section. This is the allegro con spirito, measure 14. Just playing parts. Let's just try and sight read this, please. Let's try it on text if we can. Under tempo. And measure 14, I think it's 14, bottom of page 61. Bass as you start. 1 and 2 and T and 4. Pleni sunt celli et terra. Pleni sunt celli et pleni sunt terra. Gloria tua. Gloria, gloria tua. Could you sing those last 2 measures we did, the Gloria, Gloria tua? Just those 2 measures, 2 and T and 4. Gloria, Gloria tua. Just the sopranos and tenors, sing that please. And. Gloria, Gloria tua. Good, what's the emphasized syllable here? Glo, right? Gloria, Gloria tua. The glows are forte, everything else mezzo piano. Try it again, those 2 voice parts. And Gloria, Gloria tua. Good. Now keep the glows forte, make everything else mezzo forte. Glo and Gloria, Gloria tua. I'm going to say tua. Two, pure 2 there. Let me hear altos and basses do that, please. Gloria and Gloria, Gloria tua. I love the GL. I wouldn't say glo. Gloria. Gloria. When we sing this, Gloria, Gloria tua. Speak that. Gloria, Gloria tua. Are the GLs of Gloria on the beat, after the beat, or before the beat? Right before. We're starting the onset of tone with the all of Gloria. Think, Gloria, Gloria tua. Speak that. Gloria, Gloria tua. Sing those 2 measures, please, that way. Lots of GL before the beat and phrasing. And Gloria, Gloria tua. That's the idea. Let's clean up some of these notes in this pleni sunt celli section. Just tenors and basses, please. Measure 14. Tenors and basses at 14. Basses start at pleni sunt cieli et pleni sunt cieli et terra, pleni sunt cieli, pleni sunt cieli et terra, gloria tua, phrase, gloria, gloria tua. And what's your dynamic in this section, really? It's all forte, so you can really sing out. Just make sure the less operative words don't get as much energy. That same thing again, acapulco, please, acapella. Basses you start to and pleni sunt cieli et terra, pleni sunt cieli et terra, gloria tua. 3, 4. Gloria, gloria tua. Yeah, don't make it tua. It's still connected. Tua. Just come back there, okay? Have a seat. Memorize that when I come back to you. Sopranos, alto stand, please. Play the sopranos first interval. Yeah. Pleni sunt cieli. If you think of it as like NBC went out of business, NBC, it makes a little more easier to get the interval, I think, there. Let's hear altos and sopranos. Sometimes these things come, I have no idea where they come from. I just say what's on my mind. Here we go. And pleni sunt cieli et terra, pleni sunt cieli, pleni sunt cieli et terra, gloria tua, gloria, gloria tua. Yeah, watch those notes there, sopranos. Gloria tua, fa, fa, mi, re. Let me hear altos alone, please. Altos alone, that same section. And pleni sunt cieli et terra. Bass, 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 bass. Pleni sunt cieli et terra. Gloria tua. Gloria, gloria tua. Everyone say gloria. Gloria. Yeah, you can bring out the GL more. Gloria, gloria, gloria. Yeah, altos in general, more sound, just for balance sake if we can. Both parts together. Sopranos, please resist the urge to go pleni sunt cieli. Just keep it all in the same dynamic vein if you can, okay? And pleni sunt cieli et terra. 1, 2, 3, and pleni sunt cieli et terra. Gloria tua. Come back there. Gloria, gloria tua. That's the idea. Everyone stand, please. Let's try this whole section from the pleni sunt cieli, and we'll go on. How do you say your first sound? Yeah, I wouldn't go ple. That falls back in the throat. I would say ple. Yeah, almost like P-L-I, especially basses. Not pleni sunt, think pleni. Aim for that sound. Right there with accompaniment. 2 and T and 4. Pleni sunt cieli et. Wait. Let the basses sing first. They have a solo, and then you get your moment, okay? Basses start, ready? 2 and. Pleni sunt cieli et pleni sunt cieli et terra. Pleni sunt cieli et terra. Gloria tua. Gloria, gloria tua. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in ecel. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna. Sing your last cease. Cease. Put the S right on B2. Cease. Again. And cease. And sing all. Don't go cease, but just cease and cease. Yeah, just keep it that simple there, okay? In general, I know we're still reading, but it tends to become like this. I want to be like this. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna. You're a big choir, but you can sound like one person for sure. And the key is good support and do more work with the articulators, less with this back here. That section again. Pleni sunt cieli et terra. Basses, I could use a little more Morris Robinson disco sound from you. Not pleni sunt cieli. More forward, think more hin sound for there, right there. Tu and T. Pleni sunt cieli et terra. Pleni sunt cieli et terra. Gloria tua. Gloria tua. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in excel. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in excelsis. Come back on the cease. In excelsis. In excelsis. In excelsis. In excelsis. That's much better. Let's look at the beginning if we can. Have a seat. What tempo is the beginning? It's like hecka slow, okay? I've seen conductors conduct this almost like in like a separated one, a four, so like da 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 da. Let's try it that. It's gonna feel super slow, and you're gonna see these 16th notes and be like, oh wow, that feels like a quarter note. Good, that's the idea with this, okay? Let's start, please. Everyone singing on ta, on your own parts, please. Actually, no, I lied. Can we all be basses? Measure 5, everyone's a bass. Sing the bass part in your own octave on ta, and 3, and 4, and ta, 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 ta. That's really how it should feel as far as how slow it is and whatnot. This time, all altos and basses keep singing the bass part, please. All sopranos and tenors sing the tenor part. From the same spot, measure 5, altos and basses are on bass, sopranos and tenors are on tenor. Just playing parts, please. On top, 3 and 4, and ta, 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 ta. Ta 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 ta. And just in case, for whatever reason, if your score doesn't have it, in measure 12, that last eighth note should be ba, B-A. Some scores, for some reason, don't put the ba, like I found it in my score here. But if you have it, you should be okay. If not, just make sure the anacrusis to measure 13 has the ba of sa, ba'ot there, okay? Not bad. Let's try this. Basses stay on your part, tenors stay on your part. All altos and sopranos, can you read the alto part, please? Same section on top. Playing parts with us? Basses start. And ta, 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 sh. Tenors, you doing okay with that do, mi, fi? It sounded pretty good from here. I would say just make sure we don't bring out the F sharp too much. It's still kind of a leading tone into that G chord we're getting to. The crescendo really goes into the downbeat of 12, and then you can back away from there. Good, all parts, please. All parts, still on top. I'm trying to give you some shaping. Say the word sanctus. 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 Ta, ta. Ta. Sing it that way. If you see sa, strong ta. Tus, maybe less. Basses start, playing part still, and soprano with the part. And 3, and 4, and ta, 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 nice. And that's really your softest note so far, that fermata ot that you get to there, okay? Stand up, try it on words, please. Have your pencils and make these markings as you stand up. Measure 10. Dominus Deus Sabaoth. Crescendo from Dominus Deus into Sabaoth. Measure 11, start that measure mezzo piano, so softer than you did the last section. Crescendo, measure 11, to the downbeat of measure 12, to about mezzo forte, and then decrescendo back to piano for alt. So I'll say that again. Measure 10, Dominus Deus Sabaoth, crescendo into sa, up to about a forte plus. Measure 11, we start what dynamic? Mezzo piano. We crescendo into the sa, up to mezzo forte, and then we decrescendo to what in measure 13? Piano for the alt there, okay? Try that all. On the bass part, play accompaniment this time. Bass is sanctus. Everyone smile, say sa. Yeah, you gotta smile for this one. Sanctus. 3 and 4. Sanctus, 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 Dominus Deus Sabaoth. Off. Sanctus, crescendo. Deus salus, Dominus Deus Pleni sunt celi et terra, pleni sunt celi et terra, gloria tua, gloria tua. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in excel. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in excelsis. In excelsis. In excelsis. In excelsis. In excelsis. Take 30 seconds, talk with your neighbor about all the markings we put into this. I would also put some tenutos or accents under all the sa of sanctus, so you know they have to come out there. We're going to run this from beginning to end in about 30 seconds. Take time and do that now. Go, go, go. From the sanctus beginning. We'll just run the movement of sanctus, yeah. Maybe circle the GL of Gloria, so you know what comes before the bar line. Top of 27, altos, tenors, and basses. Need a stronger entrance on that second measure. Hosanna. I want to make sure it's present that you come in a half beat before the sopranos do there. Excuse me. And then we'll take a break after this. Okay, let's try it. Please stand. Everyone frown and say sanctus. Sanctus. Say bobo, bobo. Yeah, not the sound for this. Now say ta-ta. With a smile. Ta-ta. Sanctus. We keep the the smile sound, but just drop the jaw and keep the throat open so we get that beautiful sound that you're so known for from the beginning. From the very beginning. Dominus Deus Sanctus, 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 Dominus Deus Pleni sunt celi et terra, pleni sunt celi et terra, gloria tua, gloria, gloria tua. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in excel and Hosanna, there you go! Hosanna, Hosanna in excelsis. Come back on cease. In excelsis. In excelsis. In excelsis. In excelsis. Have a seat. Not bad at all, folks. Lots of work we did on both of those movements today. I didn't want to do too much nitty-gritty. I'll let Ming come back and obviously give you the more finer details. How about a hand for our accompanists, by the way? What a wonderful job. It's currently 8:24. Are there any announcements to give before we go on a break? Oh, yes. Oh, no problem.
He's the accompanist for the
A bit different.
set? Well, go right ahead. But you can't. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, 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 good evening.
Once again, good evening, BCCO. We're going to start in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Quietly, finally, back to your seats.
All right, go ahead and take your seats. And when you have found your seats, we're going to stay in the hide-in, but we're going to skip ahead to the on-use day, which is on page 72. Page 72. Go ahead, just look up when you found your page so I know when we're ready to start. Page 72. Waiting for some of the altos to get situated. Okay, here we go. Let's get your notes before we start. This is in a very slow 3 at the beginning here. Here we go. slow section, and I'm going to take my earring off because it's clicking incessantly against the microphone. There we go. Okay, cool. No more fish earring for me. All right, let's go back to the beginning. A couple things. So this, one of the challenges about the slow section here is to sustain the energy over these long notes. So you want to think about in this opening section of this movement, which the movement's quite long, there's much to go that we will get to, but in this opening section, you want to think about each of these notes is either going towards something or coming away from something. They all have direction. So at the beginning we have Agnus Dei. So we have a 2-bar phrase that happens twice, and then we have a longer, it's about a 5-bar phrase there. So we want to sustain the energy through those phrases. What will help with that is if we have the subdivision going. So yesterday in our sectional, I had us do this where if you tap, just take your fingers and find your sternum and just tap the 8th note pulse. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. It should just feel like a little heartbeat. And if you can't feel that subdivision in your body, it will not be rhythmically accurate. So one of the challenges also in the slow section like this, that's very long and drawn out, is keeping that rhythmic accuracy. And in a lot of this, there's not much going on in the orchestra to help us keep that subdivision. So you have to have that in your body to help you place the consonants. So bearing those two things in mind, we're going to pay a little bit more attention to the phrasing. We're going to keep that subdivision of those 8th notes. And let's try again from the beginning. Here we go. Much better. It was already much more rhythmically accurate, and the phrasing was more together. Let's go ahead and actually write in some of this phrasing. We're just going to take our pencils and codify some of these things. So in measure 1, you're going to put a crescendo. In measure 2, you're going to put a decrescendo. Make sure that you don't cut off the fermata too soon. So there's a decrescendo on the fermata, but it does not decrescendo to nothing. Just come down to like a nice mezzo piano. We breathe with the cutoff of the fermata. Measure 3 has a crescendo. Measure 4 has a decrescendo. When we come in at measure 5, we come in forte, so nice, deep, strong breath. Breathe in the character of the next phrase. So we take a forte breath for our forte phrase. We grow all the way through to measure 7. We come away, and then going into measure 9, peccata mundi, there's just a small decrescendo, or crescendo, decrescendo, going into measure 9, and then a tiny decrescendo on mundi. We just bring out the repetition of the end of that phrase. Let's try one more time from the beginning. Here we go. The next thing I just want to take a look at is the text in measure 7. We have to olis peccata mundi peccata mundi. Can we just speak that text in rhythm? Make sure that you're spending more time on the vowel than you are on the consonants. We're just getting a little bit caught up on our consonants here. So speaking the text from the pickup to measure 7. So I'll give you 1 and 2 and 3. Qui to peccata mundi, peccata mundi. Yeah, good. The two things to watch out for is tollis. Make sure our S does not carry on. That's something that's happening a lot throughout this whole piece in different movements, is that the S's on the ends of words are longer than they should be, and it's causing our tempo to slow down. So just watch out for that. So a nice short S, and then mundi, keep on the vowel, don't close to the N too soon. Think of it around like the moon, mundi, and keep open on that vowel and just sneak the N in at the very last second before that D. Can we start, please, in the interest of progress, on measure 5? Measure 5. Nice deep breath for this forte. Full, rich, open sound. Can we now make sure that we stay forte all the way through the downbeat of measure 7? So we're kind of dying a little bit before qui tollis. Keep the dynamic all the way through qui tollis peccata mundi. Put a small lift after your first mundi. So at measure 8 after mundi, just a little lift. You can probably sneak in a very short breath there if you need to, before we repeat the phrase peccata mundi. One more time for measure 5. Here we go. Good, going on. I'd like to do from measure 13. The beginning was excellent. Let's do from measure 13 without the sopranos for a moment. Measure 13, miserere. And we always go to re, the first re. Miserere. 13, no sopranos. Ready. And tenors, you especially want to bring out that E flat, D, C that you have at the very end there, your moving parts. Very good. So now we're going to add the sopranos back in, and you can see how the tenors, altos, and basses have these kind of interlocking, overlapping parts. There's moving notes. We have kind of these shifting harmonies, and you are just like the icing on top with your C. So the challenge for you sopranos is to keep that C nice and high that whole time. If you were at the sectional yesterday, I think I've told everyone by this point, I'm learning ballet. It's very difficult, and much like Haydn, it's very difficult, but you have to make it look very easy. So to keep your C nice and high and in the correct intonation and nice and bright and open vowels, it is just one note, but you have to be working really, really, really hard the whole time to keep that note nice and high, nice and sparkly, just accenting what's happening underneath you. Here we go. Everyone from measure 13.
Ready?
Excellent. Sopranos, I want to commend you because your C was very good, and you all intuitively crescendoed so nicely together in measure 17. So can we write that in our parts? So you stay kind of this mezzo piano, you have your C kind of just highlighting everything else that's going on underneath you, but then when we move into the cadence in measure 17, 18, you can put a crescendo because we really want to hear your B natural there. It was beautiful. Very nice job. Next thing is at measure 20, we have a forte entrance, and our entrance was very good. We had a really nice breath, the sound was very full, really good character of that entrance, but then what happened is we kind of decrescendoed as we went along. But this whole passage from measure 20, you can write sempre forte over the whole thing. It stays forte. Obviously there's phrasing within that, but we want to keep kind of the power in this sound. So can we go again from measure 20, please? Watch out for, pick up to measure 24. We won't do it again right now. We'll go back to it in a minute. Pick up to 24, qui to. So 1 and 2 and 3. Qui to o bis. We just want to make that, we just need to anticipate that 8th note pick up a little bit more. It's just a little bit late and a little bit too long. So make sure it's just in rhythm. Let's just speak that text. 1 and 2 and 3. Qui to o bis. Excellent. We'll go back and sing that in a moment. What I would like to do is have tenors and altos, please, at measure 26. You have really nice, harmonically interesting parts here. So let's just listen to those. Tenors and altos, measure 26. Ready. Good, really nice. So the thing that's, I think, most interesting about this is you have almost this little melodic inversion. So in measure, what is this, 24, 25, 26, measure 27, the altos have B flat, F sharp, G, and then the tenors echo that F sharp to G with the C. It's a really nice moment there. Watch out for altos, measure 29, that G to F. When we sing a whole step going down, it should feel like half the size of a whole step going up. So just keep that, make sure that F sharp, or the F natural there does not get too low. Can we do tenors and altos one more time on that same spot? Measure 26, ready. The basses to that now. Basses. Here we go. Ready. Yeah, really good. So we have a choral breath after measure 20, the first miserere. So we have measure 24, 25, 26. After measure 27, everyone can take a breath. One thing we want to watch out for there is that basses, especially, we want to make sure that we hear your C natural after the breath. So just keep the dynamic after the breath there. Good. Let's add the sopranos to that. Sopranos, I would love to hear that similar quality we had on your repeated C, where you kind of just float on top of these things that are happening underneath. As you have moving parts, bring them out, but what we really want to hear from the sopranos is a crescendo through measure 30, from the D to the C sharp, back to the D, that cadential resolution there. Can we go please at measure 26 with everyone? And then just come away from bis on the end there at measure 31. We're ending a phrase, so we just want to treat the ending of that phrase with care and just not accent it. Really nice. Let's go on at measure 32. Measure 32. Is that the breath needs to change. So we have all these nice entrances on where we have a quarter note breath, but before the qui tollis, we only have an eighth note breath. So you just need to take a shorter breath before that phrase. Faster breath, it's an eighth note rhythm instead of a quarter note. As we always say, breaths are a part of the music. This one needs to fit into the space of an eighth note. That will help that entrance. Can we go again at measure, wherever we just started? 32. Yeah, 32. In measure 36, we did a pretty good job coming down to piano. I think we can come down a little bit more in that dynamic just to make the dynamic contrast. But when we get into the piano dynamic, make sure we don't lose the consonants. So we still want to hear do, na, and it's do, o, na, off. Off on the and of two. Do, o, na, off. Can we all do that together? Sing it with, or speak the text and say off on the and of two, because that's what you should think in your head as you're singing. Do, na, off. Yeah, exactly. Here, once again, ready, and do, na, off. Exactly. So then it feels like it's part of the music. The ends of things matter just as much as the beginning in preserving the character of the music, so we want to make sure that the endings of all of our phrases are musical as well. So that means no, o, bis, and that S goes on the and of two, and that's what cuts us off. So this time we'll go no, o, bis. Let's try that. Ready, and no, o, bis. Excellent. And make sure that S doesn't trail on forever, just no, o, bis. It's just 1/8 note. Once again, ready, no, o, bis. Good, can we put those together? Do, o, na, off, 3, and no, o, bis. Here we go. Ready, and do, o, na, off, 3, and no, o, bis. Excellent. Can we sing that now at measure 36? Here we go. Ready. Yeah, good. Very good. I forgot to conduct beat 3 because it was so good. I was so blown away. Can we tune this last chord that we have here? Can I have just basses and altos, please? This is measure 39. Just sing on on the vowel. Pa, che. Here we go. Ready? Basses, altos. Good. A tiny bit louder. less from the basses, a little bit more from the altos. A little more basses now. Yeah, really good. Same thing, we're going to add the third over here in the sopranos, nice and high. Here we go. Ready. Good. And tenors, you have the seventh of this chord. So the third, which the sopranos have, that note resolves up. So you want to think nice and high. Your seventh resolves down. So we have this contrary motion in this chord. I'm going to have Leon play the resolution so you can hear what this sounds like. And can you play just the seventh and the third and then the resolution? This nice, really outward motion. So you want to think low as an upper neighbor to the E natural, just a low F natural there. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have sopranos, basses, altos, root, fifth, third, and then we're going to add the tenors in a moment. So here we go. Just the root, third, fifth. And then add the seventh. Yeah, really nice. And you can hear how resonant that chord is once we have the intonation of those tendency tones. Really good. Can we please go back to measure 32? Let's put this all together. And then we'll go on and we'll do a little bit of the allegro before I turn it back over to Ash. Here we go. Ready? Transition. Right on the allegro, right on measure 42. Good, let's just take that much. A lot goes on here. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3, which is probably about the tempo it will be, maybe a little bit faster. TBD what Ming will end up doing. But what we really want to be able to feel in this movement is the and of 2. The entrance is on the and of 2. So 1, 2, na nobis. 1, 2, 3, ta 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 ta, ta 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 ta. That's kind of the underlying rhythmic impulse that we have. So can we all just try that just on ta? 1, 2, ta, 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 ta. Yeah, and you'll take your breath, short breath on beat 2. 1, 2, ta, 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 ta. Here we go. All together. 1, ta, 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 ta. Good. Make your breath a little shorter. 1, ta, 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 ta. Yeah. The entrance is a little bit late. So at this, the breath here is also an eighth note, but the eighth note is much faster. So you have 1 and breathe, ta, 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 which is obviously much slower. So 1 and ta, 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 ta. So your breath needs to be just as deep, but it just needs to happen in a shorter, that expansion needs to happen in a shorter period of time, and you want to anticipate the entrance a little bit. Here we go. 1 and ta, 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 ta. Once again, 1 and ta, 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 ta. Good. Anticipate the ta just a little bit more. 1 and ta, 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 ta. Really good. Can we go from the beginning of the allegro? Can we just sing this on ta for right now? On ta. We're going to go just from the very beginning of the allegro, so measure 40. Measure 40. That we're still struggling with is the one in measure 44. So this is the first one after the long note. Now, unfortunately for you, you just have one long note where nothing happens, and the orchestra has lots of things. So we will have to pay attention to them, and you will have to count your long note. So you count the long note, just cut off 1/8 note early on that long G that you all have for na nobis. Just anticipate that a little bit more. Let's go once again at the Allegro con spirito. Here we go. 2. Good. Still stay on ta. I need a little bit more from the basses when you come in at measure 45. Once again, let's go right on the chorus entrance, measure 42. 1 and 2. Yeah, good. Basses, your entrance was much better, but your beat 3 is late. Your character was excellent, your breath was excellent. Ta, 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 ta. We need to be jumping right on that beat 3. Once again, measure 42. Ready. Much through once. Do I have time to go back to the beginning of the movement and sing it through? Good. Okay. Let's sing it from the beginning of the Agnusei. From the very beginning, from the slow part, we're going to get into the Allegro, and we'll just take that much, and then we'll continue working on this next week. Here we go.
Choir, please stand.
Yeah, go ahead and stand for the. pause there on our unfulfilling half cadence. Go ahead and have a seat. We stopped on the dominant, we get no resolution. But we will continue on with this next week. There's a little solo section that happens next. And then surprise, on the next page it gets faster, so we'll continue to work on this. It's a really lovely closing movement. We're going to go back to the foray. We're going to close with the In Paradiso.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, it's upside down. Remember, I'm new, so have some grace, please. Thank you. Okay, can you hear me now? Yes, okay. In Paradiso, please. So, as I was saying, I want to read the translation for this movement, and just as a general rule or something you can do, I know many of us, it's hard to find time to practice during the week with our schedule or not having a piano or whatnot, but finding translations and context about the music is just as effective practice as the note learning and the intonation and diction work you do. I think this translation is just beautiful. It's, may the angels lead you into paradise, may the martyrs receive you as you arrive, and bring you into the holy city of Jerusalem. May the choir of angels receive you, and with Lazarus, once a beggar, may you have eternal rest. It's almost like an Irish blessing to me, in a way. Let's say in Lancaster, you hear that a lot, actually. And so it's contemplative, it's soft. It's not somber, but more uplifting in that sense. Let's just try and read it. Could you sit up straight, please? We'll do some sight singing on this. In paradis, da, da, da. Ooh, off. Off. One. Et educante in choir. That last M of requiem needs tone as well. And then cut off, right? Don't make the M a non-voice consonant. Altos, tenors, and basses, we're really just accompanying a lot of this, right? With the sopranos, they have this gorgeous solo. One thing I've done in the past, and Samantha, relay this back to Ming, if you can, is typically I would have the altos join the tenors at measure 21, and then jump to your part at 26. Now, of course, that depends on choir balance. If we have enough tenors here to cover both of those parts, then it shouldn't be a problem. For now, altos, go ahead and read the tenor 1 part when we get to 21. And then when we get to 26, stop reading that part, because they'll do it, and then go to your part if you can from there, just for balance to hear how it sounds. Could you all be sopranos, please, starting at chorus? This is measure 31. We're all sopranos. Just playing the company while we sing this. Sopranos, everyone, and again, the character of this has to be no vibrato at all. It must be straight tone the whole time. And it's kind of easy to do because the dynamics never allow yourself to really have the need for vibrato. Especially sopranos on those higher things, I would much rather it be in tune and soft and high than wobbly and out of tune. So just think that strong core we did when you go up to those high F sharps and whatnot. Try that again, please. We're all sopranos, but can you sing this line at measure 31 on no? It'll be no, 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 no. No vibrato at all. All connected, one tone on no. 2, and Good. Try it again. Same thing, but sing it staccato. Same thing, but sing it staccato. 2 and 3 and no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Yeah, that rhythm there. No, 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 no. It's a quicker 16th note there, okay? Now, when you sing staccato, we're very much focused on landing on the beat, right? Can we keep that same idea, keep it straight tone, but keep it full tone, keep the full rhythm as well. Just don't get too slow because it becomes legato and straight tone. Treat it as if we're still exact about when those notes land in relation to the beat. On text this time, we're all sopranos, that same idea. Ready, and there. How much time do we have left? About 5 minutes. I want to do one more thing in the 5 or so minutes I have left. I would like you to make a big semicircle around this hall with sopranos here, tenors there, basses there, and then altos coming here. Do that quickly, please. Bring your music with you. Sopranos here along the wall, and you can spill a little bit that way as well, too. Tenors are back there. Basses, exactly, back there, and then altos just lining up here, okay? That's fine, yeah, exactly. You can spread out. If you need to come, this is a big choir, wow. You need to come down a little bit, that's okay. Basses, you can move way on down. Oh yeah, move on down, okay? I'm gonna ask our accompanists to play out a little more than what's written so we stay together. I'll be conducting from random spots here. I want you all to be the angels that are ushering someone home. Okay? That's your character in this. As I told you, I sang this from my brother's funeral, and as I sang this, I remember envisioning almost like he was leaving the funeral up the center aisle. And it actually brought like peace to me. And think about when you're singing this for someone else, that character you're creating. So much can be done with your face and your words and that straight tone and whatnot. Doesn't have to sound hard. It has to sound whole, like we're ushering someone home. Let's try that together, please. Stay with me in tempo. We're more spread out, so we have a tendency to want to shift a little bit, but stay with me. 2 and 3 and sopranos. Off here, off, and 3 and te duca straight tone always, off, into adventum suscipiante, hold, on top of the note. Little smile is okay, sopranos. Et cum Lazaro quondam choir tutti here. Sopranos. Usher them home. Hold, hold. That's the idea. Bravo! Beautiful sound. I want to thank you all for a wonderful rehearsal. It's very rare I get to walk into a choir like this, and there's so much love and community that's quite present here. There's so much practice at home at the sectionals. You have a wonderful assistant conductor, a wonderful accompanist. I know Ming is great. Continue to do good work, and I promise you, I will be inviting Oakland Symphony members to your trip to France because I know they'll want to come for sure, okay? Any announcements or anything? Good. Have a good night. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Oh, no problem. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah.